Latest episode of the Stephen A. Smith versus Kwame Brown beef, man. They've been going at it for years now. Ever since Kwame Brown entered the league and was very disappointing. He was the number one overall draft pick, and he never panned out to anything when it came to basketball. He made his money, so shout out to him for that. You know, he made it to the NBA. We gotta respect it because it's not a lot of people who get that chance, but he didn't perform. There's no if, ands, or buts about it, right? And Stephen A. Smith has always been very candid about the disappointment that Kwame Brown's career has been, but he took it very far. He made Kwame Brown like a symbol of like failure in the NBA, and he pretty much ruined this man's reputation. But that was all fine and dandy until Kwame Brown retired and decided, I'm gonna put my voice out there. I don't really know if it's a podcast that he has or like a YouTube channel. I don't really know what to call his platform, but Kwame Brown is just on the internet firing back at everyone who tries him. And public enemy number one has been Stephen A. Smith, man. And in the latest episode of this, after the layoffs, Kwame Brown reacted, and he didn't really go at Stephen A like that. He just took like a light jab at him. He was reading off the names, Max Kellerman, Jalen Rose, and Keyshawn, and we all respect Jalen Rose, especially Kwame Brown. He's one of those guys that really respects old players that talk about the game, and Jalen Rose being an old player, a retired player, if I may, he questioned, why is Jalen Rose fired? A great basketball analyst, and I'm not going to quote everything that he said, but he just said a nice thing about Jalen Rose, and Stephen A. Smith is still up there. And Stephen A. Smith, he probably won't never say it, but he checks the internet. So he saw what Kwame had to say, and then he took to his podcast, and he told the haters where was a.k.a. Kwame Brown, kiss my ass. Obviously, Kwame Brown, man, he's not going to miss that. So then he took to his YouTube channel to respond. Check out to what he had to say.
It was kind of funny. He said, whoever wondered why I didn't get fired can kiss my ass twice. I knew you go to them parties, but no, sir. I don't want to kiss your ass. Maybe kick your ass, but not kiss it. But I didn't say I wanted you fired. At least answer the question of why your punk ass was at those colleges. But I think by your silence, we already know why you was at those colleges and high schools. So, but I think you got little kahunas now, so you got your own show. So I think you go over there and try to act black. But Stephen A., we know you're going to call the police, so shut up. Just because you're not on your network, that don't mean you can start talking brazen and black. We saw you box. You can't fight. So just shut up, I think Jalen Rose is a better announcer than you. He has credentials. He went to school. He has many years in the game, and he played the game. You just a punk. So, just because you get loud and you go over, see how I'm talking to you right now? I'm in the airport. Everybody around looking, and I'm just talking to you like an adult. You're a poser, Stephen A. Smith. You don't know shit about basketball. You've watched the game, and when you played the game, you sucked more than you say I did. So this media game is moving away from loudmouth wannabes that just talk sports in a disrespectful way. You don't know the grind. You don't know basketball terminology. You don't know how to play. You don't know shit. You just know how to lower guys' contract, like you did Kyrie, in my opinion, and a lot of others.
All right, so y'all heard Kwame Brown, man, and I gotta say, these media pundits are very lucky that Kwame Brown was such a bad basketball player, and that a lot of people just will not take him seriously, because when it comes to that talk, though, he's elite, in my opinion. I will address one thing that he says, that I don't like, is this kind of old gatekeeping basketball type of thing that players will have, saying that basically if you've never played a game at a high level, you can't understand it, you shouldn't talk about it, you shouldn't put your voice out there like that. And I disagree with that. I think that if you've played a game, at least, in high school to some level and everything, and you still followed the game, you bounce ideas with players and everything, you've made your studies, then, you can learn the game and talk about it. And Stephen A. Smith knows his basketball. regardless of what you say about Stephen A. Smith, you like him, you don't, he knows what he's talking about. He's not just up there on TV saying whatever. He'll have good takes and bad takes, but we all do, right? So I didn't like that. But when it comes to the rest of the stuff that Kwame Brown was saying, I think it was right on the money, man. Stephen A. Smith, I believe that overall he means well with people. It's several people, especially black people, that have been on the record in the industry vouching for Stephen A. Smith, saying that he's always one phone call away. If you need anything, guidance, or even him to place a word for you, he will do that. He also provided opportunities for guys like Kenny Farrell, brought him on First Take, brought him on his show. That was huge. He did the interviews with Cameron and Mace to embrace the show and provide guidance. He did the I Am Athlete, All the Smoke, all of the Pivot podcasts. He did them all at the beginning, to kind of help boosting. So shout out to him for that. But Stephen A. Smith is definitely someone who is very biased also on TV. And if he has an issue with you, he will go to war with you, and it doesn't matter to him if he kind of ruins your life, your whole life. And this is what he did to Kwame Brown, and this is also what he's doing to a guy like Kyrie Irving. And to bounce back off what Kwame Brown said, he said that, you're over there impacting players' pockets. And that's a fact. He definitely impacted Kyrie's pocket. He's impacting Kyrie's market every time. Like, every time something comes up about Kyrie, whether it's valid or not, he won't bring up the fact that the man is not trustworthy, that he would not invest in him long term. Like, although I kind of feel why he would say that, there's just no need to every time the name comes up to put that on the table, But it's just because he has an issue with Kyrie Irving, regardless of what he says. Same with Kawhi. I don't think he likes Kawhi, so now he's on TV calling for him to retire. And I can keep going about the players he has a personal issue with. But on the other end, we know that he likes KD, for example, and he will keep making excuses for him. So he's just not consistent. And I think this is a problem for Stephen A. Smith. So, yeah, man, just wanted to come tap in real quick and report on what Kwame had to say about Stephen A. Smith. Get in the comment section and give me your thoughts about Stephen A., Kwame Brown, this whole ESPN layoff things if you haven't done so already. And I appreciate you guys for checking me out, and I'll see you guys later. Oh, yeah, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Peace.